Welcome to Jazz Time. JazzTime.com is an online store that buys, sells, trades authentic luxury watches. We make these videos so our customers can easily choose the best watch for themselves in the comfort of their own home. If you like this watch and would like to purchase it at the lowest price anywhere online, click on the link in the description below to buy it at JazzTime.com. Today, I'll be reviewing the Girard Perregaux Laureato 42mm Aiiro reference 81011-11-3310-1GM with a enamel blue dial and in stainless steel. I'll tell you a little bit about the history of this watch and where it stands in the lineup of other similar GPs. Then I'll tell you about the case, bezel, dial, bracelet movement. Finally try it on and give you my thoughts. So let's start just with a little history. Now, as you can see, this watch looks strikingly similar to what other watch? I would say the Royal Oak, the Nautilus, the Overseas, the Ingenieur. Why? Because this Laureato was created around the same time, actually in 1975. So right in the time frame that those other brands I just told you about were releasing their integrated bracelets, or integrated watches. And what do I mean by integrated? Well, the bracelet and the watch head all have this similar theme going, which is sort of a off-centered circle or sort of a non-circular watch with a bracelet that is integrated into the rest of the watch. And this one was no different. It was one of those, just as I told you, those brands. This is Girard Perregaux's version of the integrated watch, and the Laureato is it. Okay, so with that said, now you just have a little bit of background. Now, where does it stand in the lineup? Well, this one is actually quite a special one, which is why we're doing this video and trying to explain it to you. It is, as it says on their website, the first limited edition. I guess they didn't do any limited editions before. This is the first one. So the first limited edition with a Grand Fou enamel dial. I don't know what Grand Fou means, but enamel dial, I know what that means. It means that normally dials, you make them by painting the dial with, whatever color it is, in this case, blue. Enamel dial is a different way to color the dial, in which they bake the color in. All the details exactly, I don't know how it works, but I do know this. Enamel costs way more to do. It's super expensive. Most brands don't even bother doing it. If they do, they do it on super limited pieces. They only do it on, or they do it on really expensive pieces. Let me give you an example. Patek Philippe doesn't do any enamel dials, even on their watches that are up to 100,000 in their category of complications. All those watches are lacquered dials, are not enamel. Can you believe that? Yeah, for 100,000, you still get a painted dial. If you start going past that $100,000 mark into grand complication, even some of those are not enameled. Most of them, I would say under 300,000 are still just lacquered, which means painted. It only becomes enamel when you start getting into like 300K plus. For example, the Patek 5204 split second chronograph, perpetual. Yeah, so, and then Rolex, by example, doesn't do any enamel dials until last year, which is this year, 26. They do an enamel dial on their Daytona, and they take that off catalog, and it's their only one. Why? Probably because it's very costly to do, I would think. Although I've never done it myself, but I mean, I can't really think of any other reason. If it's such a good thing to do, then why don't they do it on all of them? Usually the answer is because it costs money. Okay, so with that said, this one has this enamel dial, and that's what makes it very special. And where does it stand in the lineup? Well, they make a lot of different GPs, Laureatos, so a lot of different variations, and this one's not even the top variation. They make a lot more expensive variations, but this one is special because it is a limited edition of just 100 pieces, and it is done in collaboration, Switzerland in collaboration with Japan, to celebrate the diplomatic relations that exist between the two countries. So they decided, you know what, we have such a good relation with Japan, and Japan loves the color blue. It's a color that is inspired by the Japanese color. So we're gonna do a indigo blue, paying homage to the Japanese color, the Switzerland, because the watch is made in Switzerland by Swiss, and to make this blue with to commemorate that, or to pay homage to it, you could say. But they didn't just do any regular blue, so I'll tell you about it as we go along. But the point is that this is a special watch, you know, and yeah, that's why we're going to talk about it here. Okay, so let's start talking about this watch, starting with the case. The case is going to be 42 millimeters. It's on the larger side. It's not super large, but it is on the larger side, and the thickness here is going to be it's a 10.6 or 10.7 millimeters. It's not terribly thick, but then again, it only tells time and date. But if you compare it to other watches, for example, watches that just tell time and date, such as the Datejusts are almost 12 millimeters thick, and they just tell time and date only too. So this Girard Perregaux, being only 10 millimeters thick, is pretty thin. You know, thin enough. You don't really need it too much thinner, and considering that it's 42, it has to be proportional. It can't be 42 and 8 millimeters thick. It just doesn't look, it looks like a flat pancake. So anyways, it's a nice thickness. You have these very Art Deco 1970s style integrated watch lug looks, because this is how they did it back then. The Land Dweller from Rolex looks like this, the Royal Oak, the Nautilus, the IWC Ingenieur, the Overseas from Vacheron. They all have this really broad lug. You can hardly even call them lugs, and they connect to the bracelet in a very unique manner that is not like a simple spring bar connection that most watches use. So this case is quite interesting, and a signature thing in all of these integrated watches that I've noticed is that they all have a beveled edge running down the side of the case on either side, extending into the bracelet. This one's no different. That probably is that's a featured hallmark that I've seen myself and noted. You have a satin finish top, and then kind of similar to some other watches, they do a bezel. It's a circular bezel, but the outside of it is not circular. I guess you would call this octagonal, but not exactly octagonal. I'm not sure how to say it. There are 8 sides to it, but not exactly an octagon, but not exactly a circle. Yeah, that's the genius of it, right? So there you go. And then you have a satin finish of the bezel laid on top of a contrasting high polish plate that the bezel can sit on, which to me adds a little bit more depth, makes it look a little bit more interesting. So yeah. Okay, let's look at the dial. This is really the point that this watch stands out. As I stated, it's a blue dial. It's enamel, which makes it special already. But on top of that, if you look carefully, you'll see that it emanates from the center to the periphery with this guilloche pattern. Now, that is pretty cool. Why? Because these guilloche machines, usually they're done by hand, and since there's only 100 of them here, I bet they were probably all done by hand. This machine is quite complex to use. If you make any mistake, the dial is toast. So they must have spent quite a bit of time, working on this dial, making it a guilloche dial, and on top of that, making it enamel blue, which it just took a lot of work, and the result is hard to deny that it looks very beautiful. Very beautiful blue dial. Second date at the right hand side, the 3 o'clock position, and a luminescence that you can easily see. Okay, let's look at the bracelet here. Now, this is a feature of all integrated watches, is that the bracelet is pretty much one of a kind. They don't use this bracelet in any other watch. You'll see it kind of looks like the Nautilus in some ways. It has high polished center links with brushed on the sides, and then this beveled edge, high polish. So you have a contrast here. So it kind of, in some ways, it kind of looks like a Nautilus, but it doesn't. It's their own thing. similar to it, but not. Okay, anyways, it has a butterfly clasp, really cool, it has GP logo here, all really nice stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a thumbs up for all of that. Okay, let's talk about which part next? The movement. Now let's look at this movement. What do I think about it? Well, first of all, as you could expect from any Girard Perregaux movement, it looks quite nice. I'm not going to say it looks amazing, but it does look good. It has a very nice finish to it. These the overall finish on the rotor with all gold, solid gold, and then the finishing on the movement. I mean, it looks good. It's kind of what you expect from an expensive watch like this. Okay, time to try this watch on and give you my thoughts. What are my thoughts? Well, I like the fact that the Girard Perregaux is making this Laureato competing with the big dogs, Rolex, AP, Patek, but they're still doing it in their own way, and you can get it a lot cheaper than, let's put it this way, this watch retails for $19,000. We're selling it for less than 10, at least as of 2026. So I think it's just a great priced watch for what you get. It's not going to be like a Royal Oak that everybody has or a lot of people have, or Nautilus. You know, it's still a brand that people don't really know, but it's still a very good brand. It's a Swiss brand. It's still very expensive, and it just checks a lot of those boxes without really breaking the bank. The price is probably the best part about it. So, I mean, if you want this type of watch integrated bracelet, the only thing you could go with is either IWC or like a really used old one of those other ones I spoke to you about, but even then it'll be very expensive, 20,000 plus. So anyways, look, if you want to buy this watch at the lowest price anywhere online, click on the link in the description below to buy.jazztime.com.
If you want to find out more about the watch you just saw in the video, you can just click below on Show More to see the full description. Then you can check the link next to Model as seen in video, click on it, and you will get to the proper page where you can see all the details. If you're watching on a mobile phone, you have to click on the arrow down on the right hand side below the video to see the full description. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you would like to share this video with your friends, you can use the share button below and share it on any platform you like. If you have questions, constructive feedback, want to tell us about some mistakes or misspeaks, just write a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, you should subscribe to our channel and visit our channel page where you can find all the videos. And if you're interested in a specific watch brand, you can check out our playlists. If you want to check the price for a watch or want to buy one, remember at jazztime.com you always get a steep discount, so you should check the prices with us. If you want to know the price for a specific watch, just go to Google, type in JazzTime, plus the brand, model, and the details you're interested in, and Google will find the right page for you. Thank you for watching.